After a long string of bad chapters, we finally at least have something that is a very close to a satisfying one. Last week was a very upsetting chapter, but luckily Hiromashima once again remembered his tradition and did a troll moment, a Deathika moment, saying, "No, Pino is not dead." Luckily, she was saved. Or more likely, Siggy never tried to kill her at all, implying that the one that we saw there wasn't Dark Siggy, it was Light Siggy faking to be Dark Siggy in order for Shiki to modify him to, well, not modify, motivate him to, well, kill him everywhere. Me, the Angry Infinite Spell reviewer, and this is in chapter 2114. We see a little bit deeper of the past on how they train, and we also see a musical, well, not music, a rock band one of the gang. That's kind of cool. Either way, the fight begins, but that punch wasn't enough to stop Siggy as they clash with their fists and eradicate many things more. They flap with the telekinesis, kicks sends out rubble with the gravity. And it's during this time that Shiki remembers a lot that these movements also looks very similar to when they fight, especially when Siggy tries to punch and Shiki blocks it with an elbow. And it's how it instructed the Shiki to fight, so to speak. I was saying next will be a right kick, which of course the Dark Siggy does a right kick, which was get ready for a left crosser, which was the moment when little Shiki managed to unlock the fell towards the sky, which the present Shiki does the same. And now and it was during this time that Siggy also said, "Hit me with everything you got." So Shiki gathers Black Sky and confirms that he knows that it's not Dark Siggy that he's currently fighting. It is Light Siggy who is pretending to be Dark Siggy in order for to motivate him to attack. Actually, this is exactly the same trick that the robots of Granbell used in order for Shiki to get out into outer space. He won't be fooled by that trick again, and calls him Grandpa. And Light Siggy confirms that yes, it's this case, but are you going to stop? And when Shiki says no, so with tears in his eyes, he hurls the Black Sky. And since Dark Siggy did not come back, then the entire blast obliterates the Siggy. Nothing is left of him, not even particles. And during this time, the wormhole activates again, and we see that Pino is indeed saved, waiting for a wormhole. I am so very happy. Of course, I'm still very worried that the bad guy is actually Pino in all of this, but I hope not. At least Pino in this case is very alive. Of course, Shiki doesn't really react with extreme happiness. I mean, he's glad that she's alive, but it's because, well, he literally just killed his grandpa. He didn't kill the enemy he had swore to defeat. He didn't kill Siggy that had tormented his life in the galaxy. He didn't even kill Dark Siggy. The one he killed right in this moment was his kind and gentle grandpa. A different Shiki from a different universe. The Light Siggy. And he didn't even have time to thank him for everything you did. But the last particles of Siggy talking through the memories and saying that jumping through time, becoming a robot, then going back in time and raising me. It's been a strange and unusual fate. But this Shiki standing here now exists outside of the wheel of time. Another version of myself, one that never became Siggy. And that means even if I die, I won't disappear. We will become one, Shiki and Siggy. And I'll leave it all to my other self. I trust you to guide the destiny of this universe and choose the path for the Eden Zero. And Shiki swears with tears in his eyes, I promise. Of course, what's that path and what is the path to, well, And the zero, I don't know. Nor do I know the path to the god of destiny. We still don't know who the main villain was, and we don't exactly know yet who Dark Siggy really was. But at least, in this one moment, everything is over. We thought Siggy was gonna be the main antagonist through and through, but it turns out he's not. Now Siggy is destroyed, and Shiki will not likely will become Siggy. But what awaits we do not know. But he hopes that Shiki can change the universe. The universe is heading towards the darkness. Some evil is there, and it's connected to Grambel in some way. I don't know what, but I do. What I do know is at least that this chapter was a breath of fresh air. Yes, you may complain it's short and fights again and blah 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 blah. That is Hiro Mishima's style. Live with it or don't read it. It's up to you. I'm just glad that Pino is not dead. Take that, all you doubters. I mean, of course, I doubted it myself, but what I mean is, I always have a feeling, not this, about what I'm... sorry, I fumbled the words. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to sound arrogant here, but I know how Hiro Mishima writes his stories. And when he doesn't fulfill those traditions, only then do I get shocked. The fact that he spared Pino in this moment here shows that once again he is clear of his tradition. So it's not like that if you think I haven't read Rave Master or anything like that. I have. And it was thanks to that manga that I became a fan of Fairy Tail. And if you're asking why, go watch my Trinity video and maybe I explain it there. Trinity work of Hiro Mishima. But that's all of this, and this is basically the chapter. Siggy is gone. What is left now is only finding out who the main antagonist is. Or at least we can assume that Siggy is gone. I mean, again, we have been faked out before, you know. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll be faked out that the villain is dead this time. Although I think if Siggy really did come back, I don't think it's gonna be Light Siggy. I think it's gonna be Dark Siggy through and through. Okay, give me your thoughts.